Great to see so many Franklin County, and I know some non-Franklin County people I just met that are here today. That's wonderful to come out to meet Ken Cuccinelli this afternoon. I remember when all 18-wheelers came through Rocky Mountain. We have a great ticket this year for the Republican Party at statewide office. Tremendous number of candidates in the House of Delegates. That's around 78 or 80 for the first time in history. But on our statewide ticket, I know Bob McDonald well, I know Bill Bolin well, and in the last 3 years I've learned Ken Cuccinelli well. It's a great ticket through the most experienced gentleman in public service and state government and local government and community affairs in the history of the Commonwealth. 3 candidates that will stand with Virginia, that will stand with the Constitution and can stand with the law. And we're indeed delighted today to welcome one of those 3 to Franklin County. Let's greet Ken again. Welcome, Ken, again. Thank you. I want to tell you a little about Ken Cuccinelli, what I know about him, and there's a lot more for me to learn, and I hope to do that in the next 4 years while he's Attorney General. You know, many successful men and women begin their careers with an undergraduate degree in building things and making projects happen and just making things go. Well, Ken went to a little school called the University of Virginia. Got his degree in mechanical engineering as a start. Then broadened out into law. Went on to George Mason to get his law degree. Started his family in Northern Virginia, his own law firm, has a very successful practice, so he's a small businessman. Great family man. He's always taking the kids somewhere and doing things. Back in community service, he worked with mental health and, oh yes, the education system, where he worked with citizen input on those SOLs that we hear so much about from the education system. And I hear that he's a great skeet shooter. I've not had a chance to compete with him, but looking forward to that perhaps one day, and a tremendous basketball coach. I wish you'd been here a few years ago, Ken, when we lost the state championship when I was a center on the Franklin County basketball team. Maybe you could have influenced that a little bit. But Ken's a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. This is a strong Second Amendment area. He will stand with us. Ken's record on family and children bars none. He's a strong pro-life person individually, and he will stand with us for that too. Ken has been in the forefront of the state Senate over the last few years in doing the things that Virginia can legally do in a way of enforcing immigration laws. I expect him to follow the law in the future. He's a strong constitutionalist. These rural areas we often get picked on because as cities and towns develop, they sort of push out and want to take our land. They want to take our land for power transmission and roads and schools and water and sewer and all those types of government infrastructure. And there have been some cases that go back to the Kelo case up in Connecticut. One of the strongest supporters in Virginia for property rights for us rural folks is with us here today. That's Ken Cuccinelli. We can stand behind him. He will stand with us on property rights. You know, I've always felt that government should be open and transparent. I even had a bill along that line last year. Ken Cuccinelli is one of the strongest supporters of open government and government reporting what it does, what it doesn't do, and being held accountable and responsible. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see more visibility and transparency in the state government with Ken Cuccinelli elected this fall. I know there's a lot of discussion in tort reform, and it's always interesting to talk to attorneys about that. Seems to be some that are not for it, and then some that are for it. But Ken has a long record in pursuing reasonable, common sense, achievable, and doable tort reform. We need to congratulate him on that. And finally, Ken is a constitutionalist. Of all the people I've met in Richmond, he has one of the best grasps for the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia, of anyone I've met. And I think he demonstrated that this last summer when the U.S. Supreme Court made a ruling that the actual technician that did blood tests and forensic work in Richmond or wherever they're done in Virginia would have to be made available right here in this courthouse and every other courthouse around the Commonwealth in order to testify that this test was whatever it was. That's an unworkable problem for Virginia and any other state. Ken Cuccinelli stepped forward, asked the governor publicly, and notified the Commonwealth of Virginia this was a problem. We're going to have DUIs and drug cases dismissed, and it can happen within a few days if we don't have a special session of the legislature and take some action to fix this problem in the Commonwealth of Virginia. After a day or so rolling around and trying to figure out administrative fix, the governor, and I think that the other attorneys around the Commonwealth of Virginia came to Ken Cuccinelli's decision. And that decision was to have a special session and change the code of Virginia, at least temporarily, so that we could go forward. That's the type of constitutionalist Ken Cuccinelli is. That's the type of attorney general he will be. He will be proactive Commonwealth. He will be proactive law. My friends, this afternoon, it is my humble and great privilege to recognize you, a great Virginian and the next Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Ken Cuccinelli.